Daddy, come on, boy, you go right there. Yeah. Come on, reach out. Okay. Whoa, put that front up. So I'm Cody with Hitch to Hitch, and that's us. So today we're going to talk about tires. We put about 20,000 miles on this camper since we bought it, and it was about time for some new tires. The tires were actually, 3 of them were 3 years old and 3 of them were 2 years old when we purchased the camper. Now, we ordered the camper at the Tampa RV show, and when it came in, that's the tires that were on it. So the factory buys them in bulk, and that's just what we ended up with. So the tread still was in fairly decent shape, but the reason we changed them was it was starting to have some dry rot and cracks on them. Now, we used the 303 Protectant on the tires, and it helped save them quite a bit, but just from being in the sun, it was time to change them. So I decided to go with the same tires that were on here for a couple different reasons. We'll show you the tires, and then I'll explain to you why I did what I did. So we have a triple axle camper, and we have 6 tires touching the ground, and I went ahead and changed the 7th as well, which is the spare tire that's underneath. So Corbin, you want to show them the tire pressure monitor on there? So we keep the pass-through valves on the camper itself, so you can take the valve cap off and just put air in it, and then it'll you can use your little pressure checker. Your psh. Yeah, your psh. Yeah. To see as well, and it works on that as well. Now, these tire monitor sensors give us the pressure and the temperature of the actual air inside the tire, so that works out well. Now, with these tires, we have this gets to the reasons why I went back with them. A couple reasons is that it has the sidewall protection here, so it's just a little thicker rubber on the side, because being a triple axle, you tend to come very close to things.
You can see it right, it's right here.
You do. Yeah. Whoopsies.
Yeah. So we've rubbed a few things here and there, and that just helps protect the tire and keeps the sidewall from getting messed up. Now, these are 10-ply tires. They're E-rated tires. So these are 255 85 R16s. Now, I have a buddy that's a trucker, and he suggested to go with a different style of tire where they're more like an 18-wheeler tire where they're flat across the top. Personally, I didn't want to do that just because it puts so much pressure on this axle. These are a little rounded, so it helps out a little easier with dragging this back axle, and then we'll rotate the tires. But I went with the same size of tire because of where our jacks are. Now, these you can move up and down, and that will actually give you more clearance.
Morning. Morning.
Morning. So instead of changing our clearance, I decided to just go with the same size tires. Now, the other ones that were suggested to me, the other reason I didn't go with them is because they were almost an inch shorter, which means I would have had to adjusted the jacks. So that's my reasoning for going with these. We took it to, I ordered them through TireRack.com. I had them shipped to my parents' house in South Mississippi. We had to go down there for doctor's appointments. Went ahead and picked them up. Got back to Virginia, and the next day I went to just a local tire place that does big rig tires and regular tires, and they swapped all 7 of them out for me. And
hi, so we're changing our tires, and we're at the tire place. So it took longer than I expected. We have 2 more tires to go, but really 3. So watch and learn.
When you're at the tire place and you have 2 more lessons of math before summer break, you do what you gotta do.
Under an hour with no problem.
Oh, like less than 30 minutes. Yeah, it was super fast.
It was fairly quick. I would say we were in and out in 45 minutes after I paid, maybe. Now, the 303 Protectant is what's giving them this shine, but I can show you that. So we put that on any rubber
that I use. You can actually use it on the rubber bumpers on the side of your camper. You can use it on the feet for your jacks and all of that as well. Toolbox is locked, so I can't show you right this second.
So if you notice, the tires have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 air ones, but I don't know why they don't put it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So,
that's kind of weird.
All right, so what he's talking about is the tire pressure monitoring on it. You can put a number on each one of the monitors so you know which tire that is connected to. So I can actually show you the monitor while my oldest is getting the keys. So this is your TST monitor here. Not really what we were going to show in the video, but it works. So this side will give you your degrees, your temperature on your tires, and this side will give you the PSI. It takes a few minutes for it to pick everything up, and because we have such a big trailer, I have the repeater and it's on the front of the camper there, so it helps pick up the tires in the back. Is it this one? Nope. So this is the 303 Protectant here. You can order it off of Amazon. You can buy it at a few of the RV places and stuff like that. You can actually get it at AutoZone too. I've seen it there. So that's what I put on the tires to keep them shining. I put them on my truck tires from time to time as well, and you can actually put it on any plastics as well, so that works out great. But the Goodyear Endurance tires, Brittany got a couple pictures, and I think we got a little video of them changing the tires. She's probably not even shining the camera at me right now.
Really? You think I'm incapable?
Oh, it looks like you're doing this.
Really?
So anyway, we got the tires changed out just because it was about time with the dry rodding. I went back with the same ones. They have good ratings. They've held up extremely well for us. Like I said, we've done a few curb checks with them. We've been down some extremely rough roads.
Whew, washboard.
Yeah. Being a triple axle, we've gone over hills where it's put all the weight on one axle for a few seconds.
We've heated them up a good bit.
Yeah, and one thing I like about these as well is I keep them between 75 and 80 pounds of pressure. If they get below 75, I try to bump them back up. Depending on the weather and the altitude and where we are, I pay attention to that as well. But on average, the tires run usually around 108 to 110 PS or in temperature, 110 degrees. And the PSI, if I keep them about 77, which is the number I try to shoot for, they'll bulk up to about 89 PSI. Really hot days, I've seen them go up to about 112, 113 degrees, and they'll hit about 92 PSI. So, you know, that's just something tires do as they heat up. But overall, they've been great. That's the best thing I can say. And we put some new tires on the truck as well back in New Mexico.
Yeah.
And they worked out as well as can be expected, I guess. But for trailer tires, I would definitely suggest going with Goodyear Endurance if you're looking for them. So, all right. So if you will, let us know what tires that you got on your trailer, what you prefer to run, and how they've been working for you. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe. We'll talk to you later. Thanks.